Across the United States, two worlds define how millions of Americans live, work, and dream. One is built of glass towers, subways, and speed, the urban world. The other stretches across open fields, quiet roads, and small communities, the rural or ruler world. Together, they shape the story of America, a nation of contrasts, challenges, and connections. Urban America, the land of cities, skyscrapers, and endless movement. Over 80% of Americans now live in urban areas, from the towering skyline of New York to the bright streets of Los Angeles and the historic neighborhoods of Chicago, Boston, and Philadelphia. Urban areas are centers of business, technology, education, and culture. The heartbeat of the modern United States. Urban areas in the U.S. are officially defined by the U.S. Census Bureau as places with a population density of at least 1,000 people per square mile. These cities are home to millions who come seeking opportunity, better jobs, higher education, and access to services. But with opportunity comes complexity, the fast pace of life, crowded neighborhoods, and high living costs. The morning in an American city begins early. Commuters fill the streets, buses, and trains. Cafes open their doors, and the smell of roasted coffee fills the air. In New York City, Washington, D.C., or San Francisco, a typical morning might begin before sunrise. Workers rushing toward subways, students carrying laptops, vendors preparing breakfast stands on street corners. Urban areas are powered by technology and time. Digital billboards light up streets. High-speed internet connects workers across skyscrapers and apartments. The pulse of the city never stops. Every street carries a story of ambition, innovation, and diversity. But what truly defines an urban area is its diversity. Cities bring together people from all over the world. Different languages, cultures, and traditions blending in one shared space. In Los Angeles, you can hear Spanish, English, Korean, and Tagalog within a single city block. In New York, over 200 languages are spoken daily. Urban America is also a center of education and progress. Some of the world's best universities, Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Columbia, rise in or near major cities. Research institutions, hospitals, and global corporations shape how the world learns, heals, and grows. Yet, the beauty of the city hides challenges. The cost of living is high. Rent can consume most of a paycheck. Traffic fills highways for hours. Pollution clouds the sky. Homelessness and inequality are visible reminders that not everyone shares equally in the city's promise. Still, the energy of urban America remains unmatched. From the neon lights of Times Square to the tech campuses of Silicon Valley, cities fuel the nation's economic engine. Roughly 90% of the US GDP is produced in urban areas. They are hubs of innovation, where ideas become reality. Culturally, cities are melting pots of art and expression. Theaters on Broadway, street murals in Miami, jazz clubs in New Orleans, all reflect the spirit of creativity that urban life inspires. Every block becomes a canvas, every sound a piece of the American song. Urban living also changes how people interact with time and nature. Days are longer, schedules tighter, and moments of silence rare. Green spaces, like Central Park in New York or Millennium Park in Chicago, become islands of peace in oceans of motion. For many, these parks are the only places where city life slows down enough to breathe. Life in the urban United States is a balance between ambition and adaptation. Technology defines convenience, grocery deliveries, ride-sharing apps, smart homes. But behind every screen lies the same desire: to live, to work, to connect. Urban Americans build fast lives, but they often dream of something simpler. And that dream of space, peace, and belonging leads us to another America. One quieter, older, and deeply rooted in land and tradition. Beyond the highways and city skylines lies the other America. Rural America, often called the ruler land. Here, time moves slower, and the connection between people and nature runs deeper. Rural areas in the U.S. cover roughly 97% of the nation's land, but are home to only about 20% of the population. These areas stretch across vast plains, quiet forests, and small towns that have been the backbone of America for centuries. Unlike cities defined by population density, rural areas are defined by open space and community ties. Neighbors know each other by name. Local stores serve as gathering spots. The pace is calm, yet life is far from idle. The morning in rural America begins with the sound of nature. Birds chirp before dawn. Farmers rise early, often before the sun. The smell of fresh earth and the sight of mist over fields mark the start of a new day. Rural life revolves around agriculture, forestry, and small industries. The work is physical, demanding, and deeply tied to the seasons. From planting corn in the Midwest to raising cattle in Texas, farming remains a vital thread of America's identity. But rural areas are not just farmland. They include mountain towns in Colorado, fishing communities in Maine, and desert settlements in Arizona. Each region tells its own story of resilience and adaptation. Education and healthcare access can be more limited here, with schools and hospitals sometimes miles apart. Yet, community bonds are strong. When someone needs help, neighbors show up. When storms strike, people rebuild together. Economically, rural America faces challenges. Many young people move to cities for work, leaving behind aging populations. Internet connectivity can be slow, limiting access to remote jobs and modern learning. But change is coming. Solar farms, rural broadband projects, and small tech businesses are breathing new life into these lands. The beauty of rural life lies in its rhythm. Days are structured around the land, weather, and human connection. Evenings are quiet, with families gathering for home-cooked meals. The night sky glows with stars, something city dwellers rarely see. Culturally, rural America carries deep traditions. Local fairs, church gatherings, country music, rodeos, and folk art. These communities celebrate not just work, but shared heritage. Despite their differences, rural and urban America are deeply connected. Cities depend on rural areas for food, energy, and raw materials. Rural communities rely on cities for technology, medicine, and trade. One cannot thrive without the other. The story of America is not complete without both sides. The rush of progress and the roots of tradition. Together, they form the balance that defines this country. From the glittering towers of Manhattan to the quiet barns of Montana, urban and rural America live side by side. Different in rhythm, yet united in purpose. Cities push the nation forward with innovation and energy. Countryside grounds it with stability and heart. Every sunrise that touches the skyscrapers also lights the wheat fields. Every sunset over the plains reflects off glass towers. The connection between these worlds is not a divide. It is the strength of diversity. Urban and rural, two landscapes, one nation, one heartbeat. This is the story of America.